Real friends in football. It is me, your boy Miles. We got a lot of talk about Thursday night football. We have the Sunday slate I want to get into. Are the Miami Dolphins the best team in the league? And then I got some bets for you guys also. Let me see. It is going to be me alone. No one's going to be joining us today. But the guys will be doing an episode soon. So don't worry about that. I want to just go ahead and get started in Thursday night football because I wouldn't say I'm excited about what I'm trying to say, but I am. Oh boy. I was wrong about quite a few things, right? And I mean, it's still only week 4. Jury's still out. Thursday night football is a primetime game to where it's like, even to a fault, I can win my argument because I could say that my team, the team that I think is going to do well, they only do well when they're not in prime time. So if they're doing regular season stuff and they're winning games, I can still look smart. But week 4, the Packers are looking really stupid. And, I was really banking on Jordan Love to kind of give a little kick, in the Packers offense opposed to last year. And it's surprising. It truly is just how bad they look. But on the other side, is it that they're bad? Am I right? But am I wrong about the Lions? I'm wrong about either or team, right? So it's either or. Very big on the Packers just because I think Jordan Love is very talented. He's been in the offense for quite some time. But the jury out, I guess, in my personal opinion, is maybe it's Matt LaFleur, but we'll get to that later. And then I was kind of trying to double down on the Lions and saying like, hey, their offense is going to be as great. Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator, he'll get figured out in year 2. Goff is going to turn into what we thought Goff was, but what he did on Thursday night football was surgical in the first half. Very, very surgical in the first half. Everything to that naked boot where he ran for about like 10, 15 yards. Didn't get in the end zone. He was letting that ball rip. There was multiple times where there was like this Amon-Ra St. Brown like deep in-cut route where he just drilled it into him. I believe it was like on a 3rd and like 14 or 15, something pretty disgusting that they picked up. He just looked like a leader. He just looked like he'd always been in Detroit. He that's what it kind of looked like. I forgot he was on the Rams. Right? I forgot that's where he started. He looked so in control of that offense. He looked poised. The offensive line is really, really good. Of course, we all knew that. I mean, the question mark, of course, was always the defense and if Jared Goff is not Kirk Cousins in those big games. And Thursday night football, big game against your division rival, the Packers. And in the first half, it just looked surgical. They just looked like they couldn't be stopped. Things slowed down in the second half, but I don't think I still felt like no matter what, the Lions were always still under control no matter what. And I need to start thinking about if I need to put Goff in the top 10. Like that's where I'm at with how the bucket of quarterbacks are playing right now. And Joe Burrow, he's top 2, but he's not playing like it. So, it's so hard for me to keep going to bat for other quarterbacks that I know are good, but it's like, I know you're good, but you're not playing top 10. I would say if Goff isn't top 10, I'm not kicking the can over it, but he's playing top 10 football. I think so. And I think that Thursday night football game, really demonstrated his just command, like I said, and command and control of the offense. And so I am going to, I guess, have to swallow my words. And yeah, I mean, Goff is playing top 10. Is he top 10? I don't know. I can do it right now. It won't take too long. Okay, Patty and Joey, Jalen. Let me go to the NFC East. Goff or Dak? Who's been really, I gotta go Goff right now. Goff or Dak? I gotta go Goff as of now. NFC North, no one. NFC, no one. No. Gino, Goff. I'm going Goff, I think, right now. Honestly. Kyler Goff, of course, I'll go Goff. Matt Stafford, even though I think he and Puka are playing really well, I cannot wait until Cooper gets back. I think Matt has a lot in the tank still. I think he's looked really well. But no, I got Goff ahead of Mr. Stafford, and then here we go in the AFC West. Herberty, I'll get him in there. No one there. Trevor. Guys, let's talk about that one. Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff. I don't think Goff is losing to the Texans, and the most, like, of course, if we're gonna be just brain dead about the discussion, it's the Lions versus the my brain malfunction. It's the Lions versus the Texans instead of the Jags with Goff versus the Texans. Goff, Lawrence. The easy answer is Lawrence, but man, I was so impressed by Goff. It's kind of weird, and I've never had a vendetta against him. I'm not like I have a homie who's a Detroit fan, and so that's why, like, I guess I've slowly come to hate Goff, but I don't know. Goff or Trevor Lawrence? I'm just gonna T-Law. Just for the sake of the argument, I go T-Law. Lamar's better. I'm not going to Sean Watson. Of course, we already went Joey, and then I think he's top 10. And then there's Allen. Tua's tough. Tua's so tough, talented wise. I mean, his Tua's tough, man. It really is. It really. And I hate doing this, but it just looks like his situation is so good. I'm not giving him Brock Purdy vibes, but it's like because I know Tua's like hands down like clears Brock Purdy, but we're never gonna know how truly good Brock Purdy is because of how great his weapons are and everything he has around him. And Tyreek is that dude. And honestly, it took me a while to kind of get here with Tyreek because I like the elegance. I like the dance of the receiver. It's gotta be pretty for me. Like Justin Jefferson, it's pretty the way he looks. Man, I'm about to get it. It's gonna get weird because I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna talk what kind of receivers I like. But I do like the Justin Jefferson where it just looks like he's dancing, or it's the Jamar Chase where it's powerful, it's strong. It's calculated with him also, and it's sporadic. And then there's Devontae Adams where it's just smooth sailing. Everything is just smooth. Everything is calculated and precise. With Tyreek, it's just fast and opportunistic, and there's no beauty in it because I know it's just God given, and that sounded so bad, and I'm gonna take that back because I ain't trying to. That sounded sacrilegious. I ain't gonna cap. That sounded off. Okay, that sounded off. But my point is, it's like it's God given. To where it's like I'm impressed by God. Okay, I ain't tripping. I'm impressed by what God did, not necessarily what Tyreek's doing. I ain't saying religious. He knew. Everybody knew what time was on. I said it correctly. I said it the right way. But I'm in awe of God's gifts that Tyreek has. I don't necessarily see the and it sucks because he's a small player, and so it's like with him being a smaller player, I'm a smaller guy, so it's like I root for him, which I do. I'm not anti Tyreek. Like I said, it just took me a while to get here. I like him. It just took me a while to get here. So, I just, man, and he had that thing in his ear for so long where it's like, or not for so long, but I was in the house of like, well, I mean, as soon as he leaves Patrick Mahomes, he'll get covered up. I mean, Tyreek is not the first short, fast, quick guy in the league. He's not the first one. So it's like, I didn't forgive me for just like thinking that he's not going to pan out or not be, not get worse without Patrick Mahomes. But, Tua, just to kind of Give that. Oh, is Dan Campbell the front runner of Coach of the Year? Him or Tua's quarterback or Tua's head coach Mike McDaniels? Let me know in the comments. But the Dolphins and the Bills. This is a big game for. I think this is the biggest game of the week. I kind of skimmed through that schedule real quick. Let me see. Let's look at the schedule actually. All of us, eh? No, I'm not gonna show y'all. It's doing too much. I'll show y'all. Let's see. Schedule. All right. So let's see if this works. Boom. The best game. Yeah, it's the Bills, man. Cowboys, Patriots. Cowboys and the Patriots. That one is like noteworthy or like storyline. Like, ooh, thinks back, but it's not really like lit. Yeah, it's that Dolphins Bills at noon. That's gonna be a good game. It's gonna tell us so many things. I read them down. I read the things that it could tell us about these two teams. Let's see. Tua. I like him a lot. But is he going to solidify that he is that guy? You know, is this going to be a game where, I mean, just talking about that 70 burger that they put on the Broncos, of course, no matter what, it's tough to score 70 points, even if it's against the worst team in the league and you're the best team in the league. To get 70 points, that's still tough. But with all that being said, I'm just curious if, because the Dolphins started 7-0 or 7-0 last year, 3-0 last year. As soon as DB started man pressing, getting their hands on the receivers, and started disrupting the timing, things kind of didn't fall apart, but it got tougher. And then of course the big game, Thursday Night Football against the Bengals. All we did was play man press, and you know, we got to Tua just because we messed up the timing, and then he was out of the game. And so, and that's pretty much going to be the game plan moving forward. The Bills will be pressing Tyreek and if Waddle plays and whomever. And so it's going to be a good role. You know, it's going to be a good game to see if Tua can improvise and figure things out. Same thing with Coach McDaniels and this Achane kid. He's amazing. But on the flip, Josh Allen, bro, I have been I started the Josh Allen. I was the first one to say he was going to be him, or not even him, but like going to be good, had it coming out of Wyoming. So I'm happy about that. You know, plant my flag. Miles is good. Miles is, you know, we know the story, right? But it then turns into this overselling it, overdoing it of where he ranks in the whole quarterback pool. And then, you know, he beats on really bad teams, beats them bad. The Commanders, I don't know what you guys think of the Commanders, but not a great team in my eyes, and they got the brakes beaten off of them. But it's these other games where the team's not as bad, and you kind of just see Josh Allen just do it to himself. I don't know. It's weird. He like that Jets game week 1, it was just off. It was just off. And so from the beginning, even you know, with Aaron Rodgers being out, like Monday Night Football, like after Aaron Rodgers goes out, everyone should have, like, unfortunately, you get that juice of like, oh, we're gonna win. Like, this is easy. Like, oh, they're gonna put Zach Wilson in, and then the game goes all the way to the end, and then you lose it. So the jury's out on Josh Allen, guys, and we gotta get away from this idea that he can't suck. Because what happened is, this is what happened. I'm gonna tell everybody what happened with Josh Allen and why no one can let it die. Because when he came out of Wyoming, nobody believed in him. No one thought he was good, except for who? Miles. And then he became good to where it's like, oh, he made us look stupid. And this is like a really good story because everybody thought he was bad to where it's like, oh, now I can say he's good first. And then it was just this wave of people that said he was good. And then it was just these good games that he was having, these exciting games he was having. And losing them still. They're exciting, they're fun, but that Chiefs game, we got to remember, he lost it. But for whatever reason, him losing it, they try to give him the MVP next year. And that's the thing, guys, with Josh Allen. The media gives him the trophies. The media gives him the, like they want him to win. It should be an easy deal. Just show up and do average, above average. Like, the media gives Josh Allen and the Bills the Super Bowl and the MVP every single year. They never give Sean McDermott like that coaching nod though. But they always give Josh Allen the MVP before the season starts, and they always give the Bills the Super Bowl before the season starts. Like, they're always up there. And it's never warranted. It never makes sense. It always feels as if, like, the next year the Bills roster always gets worse. They lose Tremaine Edmonds, their starting linebacker that was the heart and soul of their defense, I feel. Matt Milano probably was, but Matt Milano is the heart and soul of the defense. But, Tremaine Edmonds, he's massively important. And, I mean, they beat up the Commanders. They looked horrible against the Jets. And so everything is still clunky. And so we don't really know, but can they beat these Dolphins? I think if these two teams, it's fair to say whoever wins gets my nod. Like, they'll get my respect because I think that the Dolphins are really good. So it definitely depends how the game goes. If it's a back and forth winner, and then there's a winner, it's going to be tough. I'd say, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to look at the game and I'll be able to assess who the better team is, probably even regardless of the score. The Dolphins could probably lose to the Bills and I could say, oh yeah, the Dolphins are still better. So that's going to be a fun game. I got some bets for y'all, some Sunday plays. Stay with me on these ones. I am not uneducated. Stay with me on these ones. 7-2. 7-2. We're friends of football. If you like betting, we are 7-2. And so I got my three. I got my hot three for the week. And let me know what you guys think. But like I said, RFF is 7-2. So Bucks at Saints. Jameis Winston is starting in for Mr. Injured Carr. And of course, Baker's kind of bouncing back from that embarrassing Eagles game. Under 41 total. I like it a lot. Both the offensive the offenses aren't there. It doesn't, like, you saw Mike Evans in that Eagles game and how he was just dropping the ball. It was just like something's weird with the Buccaneers offense. And then the Saints defense it's opportunistic. They're going to be good, and I think the same thing vice versa. I think Jameis is so Kamara's coming back, so that's great, right? It's not going to be, it's the under, but there's going to be touchdowns, there's going to be fireworks, but I do like the Bucs defense still. I just like the 41 under there. Falcons, Jaguars. I like the Jags to cover that -3. I feel like the Jags are a good bounce back kind of team. And to a fault, I think the jury's kind of out on the Falcons. I don't think they looked very good against the Lions. So jury's kind of out on them. Of course, with Dennis Ritter, I think as more film is being outed and just from their week 1 win, things just kind of slowed down for the Falcons, I feel like. And so it could be coaching. You're getting figured out. Mr. Arthur Smith could be too stubborn in his ways. I do like Doug Peterson as the head coach for the Jags. I do like that this is a London game, so set your lineups at 8:30. Don't forget about that. For fantasy. And then I think Trevor's a bounce back kind of guy, so I think they're going to be good. And then the over for the Seahawks versus Giants. I think both defenses are just terrible. And I think they're going to be able to each team's just going to be able to score. Whether I can honestly see the Seahawks scoring like 30 points. And then I can easily see the Giants put up 20. Like that's easy. Like it doesn't seem too crazy at all for me. But yeah, those are my hot three. We're 7-2. Let's get to 10-2. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really only feeling my Jaguars bet. The other two they're gutty, but I think I just completely demoralized myself actually. But we've been doing real good. 7-10, 7-2. My bad. I'm down for a sweep to get us to 10-2. We have not had an off weekend yet. We've either gone undefeated or we've gotten a deuce. We've gotten deuce. So happy about that. What else? Subscribe to the main channel. Thank you guys. See y'all next time.